The Ottoman Empire was a great power that ruled over 3 continents for 600 years. However, by the end of the 19th century, it had started losing its former strength. Internal uprisings, economic crises, and nationalist movements in Europe were gradually weakening the Ottomans. And in 1912, one of the greatest nightmares for the Ottomans began: the Balkan Wars. This war was not only a loss of territory, but a disaster for the Ottoman Empire. The gates of Istanbul were on the verge of being opened to the enemy. The Ottoman army was unprepared for the war, and the people were enduring a massive tragedy. So, what was behind this great destruction? Why was the Ottoman Empire caught so unprepared? Today, we'll discuss the toughest war of the Ottomans and the untold truths behind it. At the time of the Balkan Wars, Sultan Mehmed V was on the Ottoman throne. However, the real power behind the throne was Grand Vizier Kemal Pasha and War Minister Nazim Pasha. The army was led by General Staff Chief Ahmed Izzet Pasha. However, the Ottoman army was facing serious problems. After the March 31st incident and the Committee of Union and Progress coup, a large purge took place within the army. Experienced officers were removed from their posts. Military reforms had not been completed, and modern weapons were insufficient. There were political divisions within the army. There was a major split between the Idahadists and the commanders loyal to the Sultan. Part of the army was engaged in war in Yemen and Tripoli, leaving the Balkans defenseless. All these factors left the Ottoman Empire unprepared for the Balkan Wars. In October 1912, Balkan states declared war on the Ottoman Empire. Greece, Serbia, Bulgaria, and Montenegro united to completely expel the Ottomans from Europe. One of the critical points of the war was the Eastern Thrace Front. The Ottoman Empire's most important defense line was located here. However, the Bulgarian army advanced rapidly, delivering a heavy defeat to the Ottomans at Kirklareli and Lulburgas. At this front, the Ottoman army under Nazim Pasha's command suffered heavy losses and was forced to retreat toward Istanbul. In November 1912, the Bulgarian army laid siege to Edirne, one of the Ottoman Empire's most important cities in Europe. At the same time, the Greek army captured Thessaloniki. The Serbs and Montenegrins took Kosovo. Albania declared its independence. In major battles like Lulburgas and Kumanovo, the Ottoman army was shattered, and the Bulgarians reached the gates of Istanbul. For the Ottomans, there was only one option left: to ask for peace. With the 1913 Treaty of London, the Ottomans lost much of their European territory. But the war didn't end there. After the First Balkan War, the Balkan states fell into conflict with each other. When Bulgaria went to war with its former allies, an opportunity arose for the Ottomans. The Committee of Union and Progress took power through a coup, and Enver Pasha became the head of the Ottoman army. Enver Pasha's main goal was to recapture Edirne. In 1913, the Ottoman army moved and freed Edirne from Bulgarian control. This victory brought some morale to the Ottomans, but regaining their former strength in the Balkans was now impossible. The Balkan Wars were a turning point for the Ottoman Empire. The Ottomans lost much of their European territory. A large part of the Muslim Turkish population in the Balkans was forced to migrate to Anatolia. The weakness of the Ottoman army was revealed, which would lead to the Ottomans' entry into World War I just a few years later. Young and radical commanders like Enver Pasha gained more power in the government. This war was not just a military defeat for the Ottomans, but a tragedy for an entire nation. The Balkan Wars were the Ottoman Empire's toughest war. It marked the final days of an empire in Europe. Thousands of years of land were lost, and the people endured great suffering. And this war became one of the greatest disasters in history, leading the Ottomans rapidly into World War I and eventually to complete destruction. Do you think the Ottoman Empire could have won this war? Could history have turned out differently? Share your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.